Are you plugged in?
You are not only a boxer. Everybody needs to know that, honey. Not just a boxer. A designer can't box you in. Beyond a designer, we are a singer. Cannot box you in. And you are the champ. Yes. You hold titles. You're a world champion. You have two. Who's playing with you?
Yes.
Nobody. So go off. Before we get to the interview, we got to learn a bit about you, girl. So we're playing Spin the Wheel, baby.
You got games.
You're like, what? So this question, we're going to spin the wheel and the question's going to come. And I want you to answer within literally 2.5 seconds. I want your first response. Okay? Okay. All these questions, we just want to get to know you a little bit more. So let's start this, baby.
I'm shook.
Boom. You can't read that. I got you.
Okay.
Describe an experience in your life that changed your life values on life.
When I rappelled 29 stories off a building in support of kidney health with the National Kidney Foundation for my mom. It showed me like bravery because, you know, people battling health ailments like chronic kidney disease, you know, every day is a struggle. I seen my mom go through it. So I said, if I can't be brave for myself, I can be brave for her. So that was one thing that changed my life.
That's big stuff. And you know we're going to talk about Mama Cruz because she's definitely inspiration to you. So shout out to her. She is the GOAT. Yes. So let's get right in. What I want to talk about, you stated in one of your interviews that you got into boxing because you wanted to lose weight for singing.
Yeah. Not
only you were on American Idol, the televised audition. Shout out to that. So you stated that. So who or what made you feel like you had to lose weight to make that dream come true in singing?
So, okay, so I'm a transplant to Baltimore, Maryland. I'm originally from Virginia. And I met this guy. He saw me and heard me singing outside one day. And he was just like, come here, little girl. This guy turned out to be like my fairy godfather. His name's Milroy Henry. And he has vast experience like celebrity hairstyling, fashion, everything about the entertainment business, you know, that I was trying to get into.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, back in the day, you had to be a certain size. You had to fit a certain mold, and that wasn't me. I've always been athletically built and just, you know, who I am. And he, you know, he was basically developing me, and he told me for, you know, to pursue the singing career, I need to lose some weight. So I was like, okay. And at this time, I'm young. I'm going through puberty. So I still had baby fat, you know. So if it wasn't for him saying that one thing, it wouldn't have been like a snowball effect to where I am now.
Got it. And it kind of pushed you into like another different type of purpose. So more so you're thankful for that push more than like, did it create any type of like, oh my gosh, like body image, like, you know?
He was really hard on me. Like, he was really hard on me. I was actually watching DMX, Prayers Up, you know, that's unfortunate.
Yes, prayers up to him.
But I was watching a documentary and how it was saying, like, back in the day, they didn't have cell phones to go battle, rap, and everything. They pulled up. And that groundwork, if you watch, like, people I look up to, like a Brandy or Beyonce, Destiny's Child, the groundwork they had to do performing in little holes in the walls up to big stages, that was what the era he's from and where I was from. So he was basically developing me all the way. Like, he had the model background dealing with models. And, you know, when you a model, they'll chew you up. Like, you're not even fat or overweight. They're like, no, you need to lose 2 inches. So he was really, really hard on me. And going through it, I was like, man, like I had a little complex. But now that I've developed and became a grown woman, professional, and the things I love to do, it kept me on my game. Like the same thing, like your parents telling you to say please and thank you will take you a long way. So I always got my shit tight because of how I was raised up. And like these days, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that development. You might have a talented artist or a talented something, but they don't have that development, you know?
I love it. I love the transparency. So I feel like many of us and some people on live or people that may tune in later may have dealt with like body image. I'm one of the people that have as well. So what is some advice you can give someone struggling with that got you to say, you know what? Look at me now. I'm not even worried about that. And that was back then.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm part of the big forehead gang. Like, you know, he's called me eight head, but um, it's an everyday process. You know, everybody's always gonna find something about themselves they don't like.
Uh-huh.
But me, I think the mantra I live by is be proactive, not reactive.
There we
So,
go.
hey, I'm a little chubby today. Let me go run. Let me work out. Just make that change. You know, I wouldn't say if you don't like your nose, go get a whole nose job. But if that's what makes you feel good, do what you do. But just be blessed. Like it's people out here who don't have two arms, two legs. There's people out here who, you know, have other situations that physically they can't help, but they find a way to push on. So just be grateful for what you have and don't worry about what you don't have, you know?
Love it, love it, love it. So in life, you box. So in life, we get hit sometimes, like real hard. However, you get hit and you throw punches and hit hard. How do you like prepare to develop to take punches, like real life punches?
Well,
Y'all be throwing some bows.
I was in the streets before I started boxing for pay. The streets made me. I have all brothers, so I had no choice but to learn. But honestly, boxing is not for the faint of heart. It's not for a weak person. Um, it separates the real from the fake because it's people who could throw a lot of punches, but they can't take a punch.
Take one.
So for me, I'm just like, I accepted, I became. I know I'm going to get hit, and my goal is just to hit that person harder, you know? And pain's only temporary. Pain's when you, like, boxing's a martial art, and you get to a point where you start learning how to separate your mind from your body.
That is powerful.
That's when you get deep into it, like, into yourself. So you gotta forgive me because I'm like on this journey with my aura, my spirit and stuff. So I might
give it to us all. We trying to soak it in. Plug us in.
I might go way off the deep end, and then listeners are like, "What the hell is she talking about?" But yeah, you just gotta want it badder than the pain.
There we go. So what do you see for yourself for the future of women's boxing, and what role do you feel like you play in that? Like, where would you like to see yourself in that?
Well, for me, I've been at this for a long time. I'm grateful I was able to help develop the amateur program for women. Like now we have 5 weight classes in the Olympics. When I started, we had 0. Then we had 3. Now we have 5. So, you know, that's the part of the legacy I'm a part of. In the professional ranks, I want to continue just being who I am. It's a lot of politics in this pro game. So if you're not a favorite, you're not going to get the same notoriety or treatment. But I'm your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. Like I will take being respected rather than always being pumped up. Like everybody know I can fight. Everybody know I'm not all hype. So my goal in women's boxing is just to continue to be me. And I want to be like more of a representative of not being boxed in. I'm a boxer, but don't box me in. No, you know, I self-managed myself up until 6 months ago. So I became a world champion times over by myself. You know, and the small, you know, when I say by myself, it's a small team, but basically the decisions I made got me to this point. And I just want to show, like, you know, you don't have to fit into a mold, or you don't have to be like other people to be successful.
I love that. I love that. It takes a strong person to have that in a profession like you do, and just in life in general. So that's definitely big. Now, women's boxing. So I play basketball, and you have the NBA and the WNBA, and we noticed that the NBA gets more attention. Same thing with men boxing and women boxing. So I seen a tweet that you reposted, and it said some women are taking harder fights than the men. So I want you to elaborate on that, as well as what do you think needs to be done to change the perception of women's boxing?
Well, that was a retweet, but I agree wholeheartedly. it's like no shots, no hate. A lot of the guys, they get paid a lot of money. Like one of their fights would be probably like the career gross that one female might see in their whole, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you feel like you're the best and you're getting all this hype and you're getting all this, freaking fight the best. Me, I have a right to talk about that. My pro debut was against a 2-time Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Me and her did something that there probably be no other men, no other woman will ever do that, But that set the tone. Like, I believe in myself that much. I'll fight who I have to fight to be the best because I believe I'm the best. I think that what we need to do to continue to grow is just find out what works for us and just magnify it. Like,
yes.
I don't want to say she's my mentee. She's like my little boxing sister. Her name's Ebony, and she's from Australia. She actually fights tomorrow, if I'm correct. She fights, and she has this sexy teacher image, but she's really about that boxing life, and she's used that to catapult her into the spotlight. Now she's fighting for a world title. Like, her fan base was popping before she got an opportunity, and that just got the promoters looking at her. So you just have to find what works for her. Works for yourself, and magnify it. Me, I'm a Renaissance woman. That's what makes me cool. I know that I'm marketable. I know that I can be in the ring, or like later on this month, I'll be on the outside of the ring commentating. So you just have to find out what works for you. Then you have some females who their talent just speaks for themselves. So, just find out what works for you and magnify. Understand it is a business. Any product that you have to have some type of promotion for it. You have to have some kind of business plan for it. So
you just can't just go out there and go on a whim and think that, boop, it's just going to fall in your lap. Some people think that now.
Yeah, the comparison between WBA and the NBA, and they're like, yeah, the men, but I feel guilty too. Like, we have to support each other more. Like, I feel like, dang, I should watch WNBA more so. But behind the scenes, there is a sisterhood with like female athletes, and we try to support and use our platforms to boost other people's platforms. So it's just supporting each other.
I love it. So, being a fighter and being a world champion is something that many people want to do and hold like many titles. So what does winning, like, you already hold 2 titles, but what does winning titles mean to you? Like, actually holding the titles and like being able to keep doing that. What does it mean to you? What does the title mean to you?
I've been winning all my life, like my whole boxing career.
Oh.
But I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. My next goal is to get all 4 of the titles and become undisputed. And it's something that I speak into existence when I train, when I'm not training. I'm searching for something. I'm searching for that fulfillment in what I do. I've done everything in boxing except go to the Olympics and become undisputed. So that's one goal I can accomplish. And it just feels like, wow. For me personally, it feels good. Though I don't get the same recognition as some male world champions, or I don't get the praise. It might not ever come in my lifetime, but I know when they look back in the history books and there's another woman coming up, Black, beautiful woman coming up that's became a world champion, or even just any kind of woman that's flamboyant, fly, can do all these things, they're going to be like, man, it's Franchon Crews-Dezurn, man. Because of her, I could, just like I do for the women before me. So I just embrace it and take it in one step at a time.
I like that. So is boxing more mental or physical? And your standpoint, and why?
It's both, and it's changed over time. When I first started, it was like, okay, I know I could fight. I was young, bright-eyed and everything, and it was physical, but I just had a winning will because I never was in shape. I never was like trying. I just was gifted. But as I've gotten older and experienced a lot, it's mental for me. It's mental. I feel like since I've been able to tap into my mind and visualize and manifest, I feel like can't nobody fuck with me. And
yes.
And it's just like a quiet confidence. Like I'm really, when people say it's me versus me, it's really me versus me. Like you can ask anybody out for anybody who knows about me. It's like when you see the best friend Sean when she's like in shape, when she's ready. So that's my goal, just to be the best I can be and give it what I got. I can't beat the judges. I can't, I might get hit with a shot, but I know as long as I invest into myself, I have a great chance of winning.
Yes, me versus me. That's a word. Take that. We in not competition with who? Nobody. Just you. I like it. So listen, when we be trying to drop some weight, baby, like it be hard. So I know the training camps and the strict guidelines that you got to get to do, like you have to do to make your weights and do whatever. I pray for you, sis, because there's some days I be wanting to take off, right? But you can't. So how tough are these preparations for your fights?
Huh?
I said, how tough are these preparations for your fights? And like, what are your like camps look like? I want to know, what does it look like?
Man, so I fought in January, and as you know, like the whole world was still in a pandemic, so it was a struggle, bro. Like, thank God for Glenn, and thank God for me having, resources at home, and thank God I'm from the old school. Like I'll get outside and run in the cold, I'll do what I have to do, but it was hard because it's like before I got a call for the fight, we didn't know if we were ever fighting again. So it's like keeping that mental fortitude and going through that. Now it's like if I could do that, I can do anything. But it's still, you still have to have discipline and be intentional with what you do. So even when I get those crazy, I love pancakes. I really love pancakes. But pancakes don't love me. So so things like that. It's just like I said, once again, separating your mind from your body. I just eat for nutrition and water. And just really, water is the key for me. Sticking with water and the rest will follow. But you just, when you start getting that mindset, like your body's that your temple, you make it more of a lifestyle rather than just like, I have to do this to fight. Because a lot of boxers, we make weight, we do our thing. Then after the fight, we back eating trash. But for me, I don't drink sodas. I don't like processed foods. I don't do box foods. Like you'll never see me. What do you eat? Like box mashed potatoes and stuff. Like I'll be in there shaving my potatoes,
whipping it up.
I'm on this asparagus kick, right? Not asparagus. Brussels sprout kick. I don't know, but it's so good. But just try to get close to the ground as you can. Like if you're gonna eat vegetables, try to eat it fresh if you can. Try to eat, cleaner meat. But just being disciplined in anything you do. Discipline, food, actions, whatever.
Love it, love it. And training wise, like, are you do you pick, like, I know y'all push tires. Are there any things that you do on a daily to make sure that you are getting ready for the fight, as in like physical?
Well, today I'm proud I went running for an hour, and over my whole career, that's the first time I ever ran for an hour.
Congratulations.
But yeah, it's just consistency. It's just invest a little bit every day, and as you get closer, like I think probably the next week or two, I'll be taking my camp out of town. But it's just being consistent and working, and then adding more to it. So I have my running that I do for cardio, and if I don't run, I'll get like elliptical bike, stairmaster, things to keep me moving. Like for me, I could run an hour, but I probably don't like to sprint, so you have to mix it up a little bit. Um, I've been sparring, so that's a good thing. I can always spar. I don't have to run to spar. I can always spar myself in shape. But just trying to do a little bit of a little bit each day and stay consistent with it. You can't work out hard one day and then take off 3 days and expect to see results.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you just got to be consistent. Do your running, do your sprinting, do your, you can use the machines and just, push yourself.
Love it. So what has been your toughest struggle within your career?
My toughest struggles are my gifts and the curse, because I'm a woman and I'm Black. I feel like if there was, you know, no woe is me story, I'm just being 100. If there were a woman of a different ethnic background with all the gifts I possess, they'll be out the roof. And like, you know, me, I love a challenge, so I have to
Mm-hmm.
do twice as three times harder just to make it. You know, I'm a 2-time world champ. I've been on TV. I run my own business. In 2.5 weeks, I'm getting my college degree. I'm doing everything textbook. But
Shout out to you.
thank you, sis. But to some
Yes.
people, it doesn't seem like it's enough. So I just have to keep pushing and not worry about other people's validation, because if I relied on other people's validation, I would be depressed and just like defeated. So my hardest struggle is going to make me the strongest.
Yes. My hardest struggle is going to make me the strongest. What are struggles at? That's how I'm looking at my struggles now. What are struggles at? Okay. How do you build your brand as a fighter? Like, you have built yourself, like you said, you have started with a small camp and you keep it in, you know, and basically like family. Like, how did you build your brand to, you know, make it to, you know, television and all types of stuff, you know?
Listen, like I'm on this journey, bro, and I'm so proud of myself. It's consistency. Anybody that says, you know, most people that's overnight success is 15 years behind, and that is absolutely right. I I was looking at because I did a piece with this platform called The Zone, and it was basically a letter to my younger self. And I had to find like old footage of me and everything. And I found footage of me from over 10 years ago, singing at a tournament, singing the Star Spangled Banner, and then going on to win the tournament. So it's just being consistent with your brand. It's and I was popping before they had social media. So it's like now I'm trying to navigate that, but it's just being consistent and keeping your ear to the street and adaptability. The same tools I use in the boxing ring, that's what I use to build my brand. Like all women don't like boxing. They're not like wanting to see women get punched, but they like to see a bad bitch. So if that's what draws them, and you know they respect the bad ones. So if that's what draws them in to like me, I've had women hit me like, "Girl, your outfits," or "Girl, you dress, you do this," and that makes them a fan of me. I make sure I cater to them because I'm part of that too. That's who I am. So I feel like, and I'm blessed that my brand is organic and it's something that can have longevity. Like even when I'm not boxing, the Thehhdiva, which is my clothing, can go on. The Heavy Hitting Diva LLC is the company I still run, so I'm doing commentating. I could, you know, it has the opportunity to be to keep its longevity, but it's also getting knowledge, surrounding yourself with other people who are more successful than you, and just keeping your ear to the street.
I love that. I love that. So you already brought it to the point. You design, you sing, you box. Like, do not box me in. So what is your ultimate career goal, Franchon?
To be undisputed. In boxing, I'm going to be undisputed. I'm going to get all 4 belts, and I'm going to be like, I don't know, I guess like the 6th undisputed champion in history, and the first from Maryland, DMV, and that's what's going to happen. And yeah, I think whatever the universe has for me and thinks that I deserve, that's what's going to come. But I'm going to be undisputed. And if I don't get it the first time, I get it the second time.
You better speak that in existence. Yes, I'm going to be. Not I wish to be. I'm going to be. Y'all heard that? I love it. So with all the things you do, who is one person you would love to work with in the industry? And that could be in any of the industries, singing, designing, boxing, but one person. Who would be that one person?
It's so many different facets to me. Like it probably would be more than one.
You gotta pick one. It's one.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
You got 2 seconds. Go ahead, think.
Any like Queen Latifah.
Okay. Why? I like that. Why?
Like I wrote my first college paper on her, and when I speak about being multifaceted. When I speak about longevity, she's one of the women that pop in my head that overcame things and never was boxed in. Like, she's an actress, producer. She's won Grammy. She's won Oscars. Like, she's done everything. I mean, did she play basketball or something? She probably played some kind of sport, but
Hello.
she bossed herself up. You know what I'm saying? And I just would love to pick her brain and have her mentor me and like guide me through my second. Well, I'm like on my sixth life, but like my next phase of life. And you know, just I want to be a boss like that. You know, she just does so many things behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. Crazy. It's crazy.
I love that. Big Queen Latifah. And she's on this new hit show. Like, she's still like relevant. Like,
and she's
you know
behind it. She's producing like big movies like her, Regina King, like Jada Pickett. All them girls came up together and they're like still killing it in front of the cameras and behind the cameras. So that's the type of longevity and just in everything I want to be, you know?
Yes. So we talked about how you're not scared to fight anybody. You already state that. So what I love about you is that, like, you're really not scared. Like, you're like, oh, I can't be her? Okay, set it up. Like, you come in that heavy.
Yeah.
Set it up, right? So you pick tough fighters. How do you pick your opponents, and what is your selection process when going to pick the person that you may fight?
Well, as we spoke about earlier about my toughest struggles, being when I was unattached, self-managed, and just basically fending for myself, I really didn't have an opportunity to pick. It was like, if you want this, you gotta go through this. So even now, I have a promoter, and they put whoever they put in front of me, I have to fight them. It's like I'm at a point. It's up from here. I can't be like, oh, I want to fight the cab driver up the street. Like, I fought a whole person on steroids. You feel me? So, and I had to, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have my belt. So
Wow.
it's like, it is what it is. I'm not. If it made dollars, it makes sense. It's more so now I'm in a point. Okay, I'll beat your ass, but make sure my check clear. Like, I'm gonna get paid and have fun doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm such an OG in this. I'm to a point in my career. I really don't have time for that. Either we're gonna fight, get this bag, or like,
or nah. Like,
that's.
but let's run this thing up.
I'm just like, don't come at me with dumb stuff. Like, you know, it still got to be in my favor. Like, I've earned this spot. I earned the right to make sure things work for me. But if we not gonna make it make sense, like, don't even bring it to my face.
Yes. So Alejandro Jimenez, right? That's not the last previous fight, but the previous fight before that you fought, right?
Yeah.
Listen, Franchon, I love when I watched, right? I love the poise that you had at that moment when they stated that, you know what, you lost, right? And I was like, for someone to work so hard and to hear something like that, many people would have like lost it, right? But you could tell in your face, it was like, okay, that's fine. I'm coming back for what's mine. Like, you could see that, and I could feel that energy through the TV. Like, I'm like, yo, like, she's coming to get back what's hers. Sis, don't even worry about it. But my question goes to you was, what was your initial thought when hearing the judges announce that she would now be the world champion? Like, did you think like, oh my gosh, my belts, or
what?
Oh my gosh, like I'm about to start from ground zero?
It was like, it was before we was in a press conference. I straight told, like, you're not taking shit from me, right? And I believe that wholeheartedly. And I went through some things in that fight. And when they said that, I was just like, y'all got me. Because I know it's a lot of politics. It's a game. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. And I just said, I'm willing to go as far as I need to go to get where I want to be. So, like you said, all right, run it back. By the time I got back to my hotel room, I put a live up and was like, you want to see me. Like, we need to run that back. But in my heart, I knew I didn't lose. Like, I know I didn't lose. Like, you can't get, I'm in a sport And I'm humble enough to say if something's competitive, that's fine. Like, I'm used to being dominant. But if I'm going to fight someone who's enhanced on PEDs and it's competitive and they barely won, like, come on now. That speaks volumes. And I feel like I know what I can do. I can go back and look at it. And if we fight again, I knew, like, okay, this is what I need to do to win. But as the universe had it, everything came out. And like I said, you ain't taking shit from me. So it was just like, I already knew I was good.
I love that. Like, I was like, look at God. Like, look at him. Like, and then like it took a while for you to get the second belt back, but it did happen. And I was just like, like you said, I'm the OG in this. People would panic. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, no, like, it is what it is, but I'm coming back with mine.
It was crazy. Like, I went through a real bad depression. I was traumatized. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm here, but it's like, I might not have been here. I might not have been the same. Like, I do have a family, and to have somebody to do that and actually put me at risk to be taken away from my family or not come back the same way intentionally, that it was a lot, and it's still a lot now. But you just have to be graceful. You just got to have patience and be graceful.
Yeah, and for some people that are tuning in that may not know the fight that she did fight, Alejandra Jimenez actually took enhancements like steroids to fight, and then she got, basically they figured it out, and Franchon was able to get her belts back. So it wasn't a fair fight. So you guys understand what we're talking about. So that was like really crazy to do that to another human. So yeah. So one thing that you did, there were so many things that I like was like, yo, queen, yes, the diva, you are the it. Like how you took things and how you handling things. But one of the things that many people talk about, you paid homage to Beyonce, right? Right? Yeah. What I love about this, and I want to tell you, is there's so many times in life where people can get embarrassed and then they just want to crouch out and just cry and give up. That's a big thing, right? So when your hairpiece fell off, right, you got back in the ring and was like, I'm still coming for what's mine, right? And I think that's so lit. And I want you to know that many people, and I don't know if they do commend you, but that is a, like, when you get into life and it gets tough, baby, you got to muscle up and be like, listen, I'm coming for mine.
No,
like,
it's straight, fuck that hair, I want the belts. Excuse me for being vulgar, but that's what happened. I mean, that moment, you would think when you're an adult, you're grown. But that moment raised me so much, bro. Like, I'm grateful for a good partner who accept me flaws and all. Like, they're very merciful to me, because when I'm in the house working from home or I'm in the gym, I look like some trash. And having good people around you, like my partner, my coach, these people that I consider close to me, and they said, "You all right? You all right?" It was like, psh, smack you, stay focused. Do you want that hair or do you want the belt? And I literally pointed. It was like, I want the belt, because if I didn't have a good circle around me, I would have paid attention to the people laughing at me, the hair. Like, I almost lost myself, but I said, you know what? At the end of the day, I win this fight. I could buy as many pieces as I want.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? I could buy all of that. I actually got some hair sent to me and everything. So, I got my merchandise coming back. It was just like, I felt vulnerable, but I felt strong, because I know, shoot, look, what would Beyonce do? She got her hair caught in a fan before, and she kept singing. So I'm gonna keep fighting.
I love it. So tell me this: what type of advice can you give people when the unexpected happens in life, just like it happened in the ring for you?
You gotta fuck that hair, and you want the belts, and the hair doesn't have to be. It's figuratively. Like, are you gonna trip because you're nervous? Are you gonna let your being nervous stand in between the opportunity to audition or present yourself? Are you gonna, like, your fear of flying, figuratively and literally, gonna stop you from that opportunity in another state? You got to figure out how bad you want the belt, how bad do you want the gold. And the only limitations we have are the ones we put on ourselves. Like, I watch those videos or those pages with like people who have physical disadvantages, put it that way. Like the last one I seen, this one guy, he freaking clean, like threw up the weights with one arm more than me. So when I'm sitting at home like, man, I don't feel like training, man, I'm tired. I look at athletes like that and was like, I can't complain. Being an Olympic caliber fighter myself, I was training beside Paralympians, if you know what that is, Paralympians. And I see them work hard, and I'm like, yo, I can't complain. So you got to figure out how bad you want the belts and just go for it. Even if you lose, even if your head get knocked off, you get hit hard, you got to go for it. So
one lose or draw, we in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming back, think it was mine. That's what I get from that, okay? So there's no win, there's no loss.
No,
there's no loss.
We don't take losses, we take lessons.
Period. So I love it. Your biggest influence is Mama Crews, your mother, right? Yeah. And what's something that she's taught you or told you that sticks with you till this day? When we're talking about win, lose, or loss, like what sticks with you to this day?
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. I'm at a sensitive state right now because, as I said, I graduate in 2.5 weeks, and things you do with your parents, I'm not able to do that with her, but I keep it moving. Like, I've seen her work 3 jobs to make sure I was good and never complain. I've seen her battle kidney disease and never shed a tear. She never cried until she passed away. I watched her pass away. And she just was so graceful and everything. So I just keep it moving. You gotta be a soldier, keep it moving.
I love that. That's dope. Yes, keep it moving no matter what. Like, and that's what's really going to get you to where you need to be. Right there. If you just say, you know what, it's all right, I'm gonna just keep it going. You're gonna keep moving.
What I'm learning in my journey in my life, I feel like everything literally happens for a reason. And it's always like let's make a deal, show you got doors. And it's like, you're going to pick this one or you're going to pick that one. You got one door. You're going to fold because it's pressure, or you're going to push through and go through that door to see the diamonds on the other side. So it's like, they say, God will put you through it. He would never put you through more than you can bear. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? This is hard. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to just hold on till I see what's on the other side of the door. And every time I push through, I can't say it's always been peaches and cream, roses and dandelions. But for the most part, I'm here. I'm here now. So that's what I'm still here.
The world champ. I'm here.
Yep.
The champ is here. Love it. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go to one of our segments called Spit Your Game, right? So I asked you, who is one person that you would definitely want to meet? And you said Queen Latifah. So this is your scenario. We're on the elevator. I'm Queen Latifah. I got my... See, I knew you was going to say Queen Latifah. You see my set it off face? I better set it off. Okay, you know what I'm saying. I came with the Queen Latifah. So I'm Queen Latifah. We're in the elevator, and now you got to spit your game to give me, so I can give you an opportunity. All right, you got 15 seconds. When you get to the 10-second mark, I'm gonna tell you, I got somewhere to go. That means you got to wrap it up. All right. So we're about to start. We got our timer. We got our timer on. We got a timer on for the diva. All right, let's go. Queen Latifah, let's do it. You already boom.
Oh my God, I'm such a big fan. You influence me a lot. My name is Franchon Crews-Dezurn. I'm a Renaissance woman. I can do everything, and if I don't know how to do it, I'll find a way. I would love the opportunity to be mentored under you.
I got to wrap it up.
I'm verified. Check my social media. If I can get your contact information, it'd be amazing.
There we go. Boom. Okay. Yes. You see what she did right there. Yes.
I didn't even drop that I'm like a world champ. I'm just like, I'm verified. So I'm
just go check that. Love it.
I should have said, look, I can fight. So if you need a security guard, I got you. Like, whatever you need.
These hands are some weapons, baby. Don't even worry about it. Love it. So our last thing we're going to do before we ask the question is our game segment. It's called Pick One, okay? So we talked a lot of,
I said, okay.
Okay. We talked a lot about boxing. So now we're going to bring on the singing. Because what you can do, baby, is sing too. Okay? So you have to pick one or the other. So I'm going to name a person and you got to pick them. So this is your scenario. You have the opportunity to have a duet with two of these artists. Who you going to pick?
Okay.
And you have to pick one of them. So we're going to start. Beyonce or Brandy?
Oh my God, you can't say that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Brandy.
Okay.
And I love B. Like, I feel like just the whole entertainment experience. But Brandy, she's iconic, and just her voice, like her voice touches my soul, and she's multifaceted too. She does everything. She's longevity. I met Brandy, and I didn't think I'd be like fangirling, but I was totally a fangirl.
Like, this is Brandy. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know people like, oh, I'll be with Beyonce, but I feel like I would Brandy. Yeah.
Brandy would be the one. All right, Mariah Carey or Christina Aguilera?
What? Mariah? What you mean?
Oh, okay, Mariah. Yes. Erykah Badu or Jill Scott?
I like both. I think Erykah would like take me somewhere I ain't never been before. She's like, yeah, she on some other stuff. I like her.
So you went with Erykah?
Yeah.
Erykah Badu. Anita Baker or Patti LaBelle?
I'm a diva. I gotta go with Patty.
Patty!
She might treat me like crap or like, you know, but still.
We with Patty. Okay. Seven Streeter or
songwriter.
Look, Seven Streeter or Jennifer Hudson?
Seven.
Okay. Tiana Taylor or Rihanna?
I don't know. I think Rihanna. I feel like we could teach each other things, you know?
Okay, Rihanna. Summer Walker or SZA?
Summer Walker.
Okay. Jasmine Sullivan or her?
Sullivan.
Oh, just Jasmine Sullivan.
I feel like her voice is amazing, and she's a great songwriter, and she's an underdog. Her is I like her a lot, but Jasmine is just like, she's been fighting for her career for a long time, and she stays with it.
So before you go, I have one question for you, and I hope you bless us, because that's why we are plugged in here. You are a singer. We want you to just give us a snippet of your favorite song.
What song? I don't know. What
something that, don't even do that. Something that you got for Brandy, because Brandy's your favorite.
But I don't want disrespect.
Okay, so then which one? Which one? Which song?
What do you like?
Don't get, you already heard me. I want you. You don't need me to back you up on nothing. But, you know, we can sing some TLC, some Beyonce.
Second, let me. Oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank. I'll sing something.
Sing something you wrote.
I'll sing something. Okay. Baby, can I hold you for a minute? I promise I will treat you good. Please don't be afraid of my passion. Relax yourself, you know you should. Baby, can I touch my lips with yours and run my fingers down your neck? Oh, here you go. Trust me, honey, don't say a word. My love is what you deserve.
Okay, was that something you wrote?
Yeah.
You better go off. Y'all already know. Cop the CD when it drops. Get me at the next flight when it drops. When that closing line, what you gonna do? Get it when it drops. Okay. You better go off. Yes, boys. Now, do y'all want to hear me saying something?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Amazing. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because we'll get them to fall off.
If it's from the heart, sing it, girl.
Period. Karaoke night, me and you, okay? But Franchon, I want to tell you,
glasses of wine.
I want to tell you, baby, thank you for plugging in with us. We had the heavy hitting diva, okay? 2-time what?
Oh, world champ. Yay.
Bam! I'm about to say, where we at? Future win, baby, Queen Latifah with the cornrows today, okay?
Yes.
So I want to thank you so much for plugging in with us. Thank you again. Thank you so much. You just been plugged in.
You know I love you and God loves you also. Let's get this money.